Hey guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House on the trail again. It is super cold out here. I've done 1 mile so far, which is 1 lap for me. On my second one, plan on doing 3, so 3 miles today. Gotta say though, in this cold, the first one, takes a little bit for your blood to start moving. Make it more comfortable. I can hardly talk. My face is frozen. Yeah, so just want to give you an update on the tiny house. Oh, there's a bunny. Here, see if I don't know. I'll get a little closer. Anyway, the tiny house. We had a real deep freeze. If you watched my video called the tiny house deep freeze, it was minus 25 Celsius with the wind chill, and the tiny house was super cold. The floor was extremely cold, but the heat still seemed to do a good job after the radiant barrier, but it doesn't do much for the floor. That's for sure. Bunny's just up here. Try to be a little quiet. Hopefully he stays put. Hold on. I'll stand still so you can get a better... There he is. I'll see all kinds of animals on the trail here, guys. But a little cottontail. I was disappointed with my wood stove, survival stove experiment too. I picked a really bad day. It was pretty wet. We're getting some crazy weather here. I can barely talk. What the hell? My cheeks are frozen. Yeah, so we had a deep freeze, then we had a little warm up with a ton of rain. It was like torrential downpour. And then we're back to freezing, but no snow on the ground, which is good. Good for driving anyway. And then we got me out here in the freezing cold, getting a little exercise, hitting the trail, so whatever. But I was pretty happy with the tiny house. The floor is still an issue. That was just a bad, I'm guessing bad design on my part. Though it is insulated to the hilt, there's more insulation in the floor and underneath the tiny house than anything. But it doesn't matter, because once you have wind blowing underneath constantly at those temperatures, there's no way you're gonna warm that floor up. So even with my slippers on, it was cutting through my socks, my slippers, and just getting into my bones. Extremely cold. But like I say, I could survive in there if I wasn't standing on the floor. If I was isolated, insulated by something, like the bed, if I sat on the bed, I could survive there easily. But that floor was so cold that, I couldn't stay there long. But it did warm up in there pretty decently. I gotta admit that. I am thinking about getting a small wood stove for the tiny house though. But then again, I got issues with firewood. Believe it or not, there's not much in my area. I'd have to rely on free pallets to heat the tiny house. But if it burns for a couple hours, hey, that's free heat, right? I'm guessing. Anyway. So we'll see what happens in the future here, guys. Still struggling with land. I opened up a Patreon account. It's been up for a while. Nobody's joined. So I'm gonna, if you guys want to support me at all, I'm gonna be on there. The links are in the description below. It says join the community, and it's up to you if you want to pay me monthly for my videos or not. I think the lowest you can pay is $1 a month for all my content. So that's 30 or 31 days, depending on the month, of content for $1. If you guys think I deserve that, sign up. And that money is going to go towards helping me find land and continuing the project. Unless you want me to put it towards something else, send me a message. But I really can't do much without the land, guys. Really can't. Once I have land, move the tiny house there, set up my rain catchment on the tiny house. Gives me access to water. Set up my solar panels, of course. Set up the solar system. Set up my skirting. That way I have lots of storage underneath the tiny house for my lumber. Once I do get a wood stove, which is nice, and a generator. And then I'll probably end up locking the generator to the legs of the trailer. That way nobody wanders off with it. But yeah, that's the plan, guys. So I'm kind of just throwing that out there. I will be on my way back to Canada by the time you guys see this video from my vacation. So hopefully everything went well, and I'll have lots of video for you guys from the vacation. I'll try not to talk too much because it's more, you guys want to probably more not hear from me, but see the ship and the destinations that we go on. God, my hands, look at that. Totally red, cold. I got gloves in my pockets, but I'm holding the camera for this. Yeah, it's pretty bitter. I'm gonna do one more lap. I gotta blow through this podcast as fast as I can because I want to format this memory card and bring it on the trip. And I'm actually, believe it or not, guys, I'm bringing this camera with me on the trip as well. That way, you know, if the new camera runs out of memory, I have this guy. Not as good quality as my new camera, of course, but this camera does have a lot of memory. It's like a 500 gig hard drive on here, which I can't even believe. But then again, I shot my entire first vacation on the cruise ship with this camera. Never ran out of memory. That's for sure. So there you go. Oh man, it's cold. So hopefully you guys can support me on Patreon. If not, if you don't want to donate direct money, just share my videos, like my videos, comment, and I get a tiny bit of money from YouTube. Not much, because YouTube has recently, I guess, tightened their wallets. Because they're not giving out as much money as they used to, for sure. A lot of people are complaining about that. Now I am. Before I could make my rent for the tiny house $50 a month, but now it seems my numbers have gone down. I don't know if that's because people are not watching my videos as long or whatever, but I'm getting more subscribers, so that's kind of weird. But hey, I'm always welcome to having new people aboard, see how I'm doing. And yeah, So my biggest struggle of 2017, losing weight and finding land. That's going to be my two this year. And my elliptical I pick up next week. Update on that for you guys. And I will be putting that in the tiny house. So that the tiny house will have its own home gym now. And then I can go over there, work out, listen to music, possibly watch TV and stuff, depending on. I'm kind of eager to set up my power pack in there, my blue one. You guys always see on my videos sometimes at the house, and hook up one solar panel to it on the roof of the tiny house, and run that in to that way I have power over there all the time, especially in the summer. I will just as an experiment. So, and then I can also bring my my dad's older power pack, the orange one, over there, and maybe link that up to its own panel as well. And that way I can run, let's say run the TV off my newer one, and run my, let's say a computer or something on the other one. And then I can actually have a TV, my off-grid TV set up in there as well. So I can actually watch all kinds of stuff while I'm working out, or just listen to music or whatever. And then hopefully, guys, when I do get land, I'm going to get the internet hooked up and do live hangouts all the time from the tiny house. Because I'm pretty sure I will not be buying another Xbox after this fiasco with the Xbox One. So, there you go.